Hi there. So I'm not asking, is heaven real? I'm asking, what if heaven is real? What would you do? If you search, there are thousands of videos asking the question, is heaven real? That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in what would you do if heaven is real? So there are three sides to every story: your side, my side, and the truth. Just like there are three answers to the question, is heaven real? You're going to get people that say yes, you're going to get people that say no, and you're going to get people that say, I don't know. But I have a definitive answer of, is heaven real? Ready? 100% sure of this. The answer is, I have no idea. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Literally nobody knows until you die. So that's what begs the question is, what if heaven is real? That's really what I'm trying to get to. What if heaven is real? That's what I'm wondering about. I mean, we don't know, of course, right? We don't know. But if it is, you have two options to think about. If heaven is real, you either care about that, let me fix my lovely hair, either care about that, or you don't care about that. My thing is, I hope so. I hope it's real. I would hope that everybody hopes it's real. And who am I to really answer any kind of question like this anyways? I mean, who am I? I'm a retired math teacher, taught 34 years. I'm trying to live a good life. I'd like to, not now, but in the future, I'd like to give you a little background and history of what it was like being a teacher. So I guess I want to give an idea. I want to give you some stories of things I've experienced over the years. Some are going to be hilarious. Some are not going to be as hilarious. I could probably look back at it now and laugh a little bit about it, but we'll talk about that later. So here's the thing. When you die, one of two things will happen. One of two things will happen when you die. Either there'll be heaven. Well, I mean, if there's heaven, there might be the other place down below, and I don't know if you really want to get there, but so that would not be good if you end up going there. But anyway, again, the question is, what if heaven is real, right? So one of two things will happen when you die, because nobody knows still. Nobody knows. You either will go to heaven, hopefully, or nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. If nothing happens, you don't know. You won't know because you're dead. I mean, I'm not trying to sound gruesome, but you just won't know because you're going to be dead. But my point is, why not live in a way that heaven is real? Why not live and try to live a good life, to be a good person? You know, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? What I mean by that is, when you wake up in the morning, do you go and be like, oh, I'm going to have a crappy day? No, I hope you wake up and say, okay, cool, let's make the best out of this. Even if you have to go to work, even if you have things that are not going well in your life, I hope you wake up and hope that you say to yourself that you hope that things get better, that you're going to have a good day, or at least as good a day as you can. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I try to hope for every time I wake up. So it's not that I'm going to answer these other questions here, but I'm going to throw a couple other questions out. Why are you here? Why are you here on the earth? One question. Second question, what is your point in life? You know what I mean? What's your point? What's your point of being here? Think about that. Okay? And as I said before, how do you want your day to go when you wake up? How do you want your day to go when you wake up? Do you hope you have a good day? Or are you just one of those people that's just angry with the world? And just like, oh, this world sucks, or the United States sucks because of whatever reason? Being angry with the world, though, and being just like, oh my gosh, everything sucks, and whining about it and complaining about it and just like being depressed about it, what does that do to help you and the situation? Complaining, whining, being depressed, what does that do to help the situation? And that's something I think about myself as well. I get upset, I get angry, I get depressed. I certainly do. Sometimes I get ticked at God, and I sometimes yell at God, like, why is this happening? And I don't think that's fair. I'm just saying, we got to think about that and put life in perspective. What does it do if you just sit around and complain and whine? What does it do? What does it accomplish? Nothing. And if you make other people's lives more miserable because of your life not going well and not going great, well, again, what does that do? That just brings other people down. What's the point? Again, what if heaven is real? Try to live a good life. Try to be a good person overall. You know what I mean? Help others and help yourself to be a better person too. I'm not a preacher man. I'm not a preacher man at all. I'm just some guy out here. Okay? I play video games. I go to Comic-Cons. I go to rock concerts. That's what I do. I exercise. I work out. Okay? Whatever. I'm not a preacher man. I'm just here I just want to talk. I just want to vent a little bit. Because I do look around and I see, my gosh, things aren't always great. But you should try to live a good life and try to just be a good person, because you just don't know, right? You just don't know. When you communicate with other people, there are some people that bring you down. And yet there are some people that build you up. You obviously want to hang out more with the people that build you up than those that bring you down, okay? I thank God for the people that bring me up, because I do have issues sometimes. Physical and mental issues sometimes. I just do. Who doesn't? I'm sorry, who doesn't? And so I love it when I have people that help bring me up. It could be former colleagues. It could be my wife, which she's helped me a ton. It could be former students. I have former students pray for me, which is amazing. I love it. Anyway, but I hope heaven is real. I hope it's real. And I do try to live my life that way. But like I said before, I get angry and upset and depressed about my situation, my health, and all that stuff. But then I think to myself, stop being so crabby, stop being so angry. Unfortunately, there are people that have it way worse than I do. And I feel for them and I pray for them that they get better. People ask, what if heaven is real, right? I mean, how can it be, they say, with all the suffering, all the crap that goes on in the world? I still hope it's real. I mean, but the point is, if heaven is real, like literally, what if heaven is real? If heaven is real, you just gotta pray and try to be as good of a person as we can be. You're put on the earth, right? How'd you get here? Evolution? Creation? What do we got? Do we have free will? Are we given free will? Or is there a destiny? I don't know. I don't know. But, you still got to wake up and still try to live as good of a life as you can. Why not treat other people nice? Hold the door open for somebody. Say please, say thank you. I'm just throwing it out there, I mean, you never know, right? Just in case heaven is real, might as well treat others the way you want to be treated. Hey, how about that one, right? So anyway, I have other things coming up, other videos I'm planning on making, I've been thinking about. For example, this is totally, we'll call it a segue, but some of you might think, what? Are you crazy? This is not a segue. When I say, like, heavy metal music, hard rock music, rock on, right? Yeah. People are like, wait a minute, you just talked about heaven and God and what the heck? Oh my gosh, he's showing the sign of the devil. Guess what? This is not the sign of the devil. It's not. You need to do some research. All I can say is Ronnie James Dio. Again, Ronnie James Dio, his grandmother. I also want to talk about life as a teacher in a public school, yet have a little bit different view than other people. From my first day teaching way back in 1990 to my last day teaching, which was just a few weeks ago, actually. I just retired. 34 years of teaching, but whatever. Well, this is all I wanted to say and talk about today. So I'm just hanging out outside, Obviously, you can probably hear the birds chirping. I'm just sort of chilling here at my house, hanging out on my front porch. If you have any questions, by the way, or any comments, you know what to do. Leave them here, right? I'll read the questions. I'll read the comments. If you have a topic you want me to talk about or a different topic you want me to talk about, okay, put that in the comments as well. I'm good. All right? I'll look at it and maybe that's something I'll talk about in the future, okay? All right, chat later. Okay, bye.